So I've been a fan of ERBParodies ever since Mozart vs. Skrillex. I have supported their series and commented on each video to show it. But this isn't about that. I am making this document to further explain what I have experienced. On New Year's 2014, I saw in my newest uploads an ERBParodies titled Justin Buckner vs. Nathan Provost 2. I thought to myself, wow, there already is a sequel to this? So I clicked on the video and right away I noticed the ratings and comments are disabled. I thought, wow, that's odd. They never seem to care about bad ratings or hate comments. Well, let's watch anyway. The video starts to play, and while the announcer is doing its usual thing, I noticed there was no beat playing. I thought, well, maybe the beat starts after the intro. Also note, I also saw something strange. Justin's green screen wasn't high quality like it is now. In fact, Justin didn't look so well. He kinda looked like he was in an early season 1 battle. Even the announcer was deeper and more like the old style. I get to the begin and the first verse starts with Nathan. While Nathan was saying some normal, well-written lines, I noticed there was still no sign of a beat, but Nathan would still manage to keep a flow. I was thinking maybe this was just a glitch and they would fix it late, but I was curious, so I decided to keep watching. The first wasn't very interesting, seeing how the background was just a spinning striped wall, and the lyrics were very tame compared to the first battle. I get to Justin's first verse and I notice he's not using his Blue Yeti. In fact, it sounds like the mic from the early battles. When it sounded crunchy and barely any reverb, it was kind of off-putting. I was starting to feel like ERBParodies was losing its touch. Also note, Justin looked and body acted like he had a really rough day, or someone said something to him, something bad. Justin's first verse was long and really tedious, seeing how all of his lines had no reference to ERBP. In fact, I had no idea what he was talking about, especially this line.
You think it's nice to call me fat? Hell, do me a favor, Nathan, and go kill yourself.
I was thinking, what is up with Justin? Why would he ever tell one of his best friends to commit suicide? It seemed out of place and not of Justin's character. But out of curiosity, I kept watching. Apparently, there must have been render issues, because in some shots, Justin flickers. It wasn't too bad, it only happened at least 3 times. But on the second flicker at 56 seconds, Justin's appearance changed for 3 seconds before flickering back. I saw cuts on his wrists, and his eyes were closed, like if he was struggling. I quickly stopped the video and rubbed my head, trying to think of what I was watching. Was I dreaming? Is this just a joke? I had no idea, but for being a stubborn person, I kept watching. I get to the end of Justin's first verse, and he ends his verse with this line.
Truth be told, you were never my friend. I only wanted fame. Our histories was pretend.
Nathan's second verse starts playing, and the only out of the normal thing about it is the background not showing up. It was just Nathan in front of blackness. Most of his lines were again very tame, until we get to 1 minute and 30 seconds. Nathan says this to Justin.
You should just get up and leave this battle fast because nobody wants to see your fat ass.
I then got to Justin's second verse and here's what happened. Justin's background wasn't edited at all. It was just his bedroom. He was sitting on the floor next to his TV table, in front of his closet door, just sitting there. No rapping at all. All I saw and heard was Justin crying. It sounded like he was in pain. I felt so sorry for him. I then started hearing a shocking static sound building up until it was louder than Justin's crying. Justin notices the camera is pointed at him during his emotional breakdown, so he gets up real fast and picks it up. He turns around while holding the camera, and it shows Nathan at his door, just watching him. Nathan says,
"I've been watching you cry. Why must you take things so serious, you fucking fat ass?"
Justin drops the camera. The camera is pointed at their legs and feet. Justin says while walking up to Nathan,
"Why do you hate me so much? Why can't you fucking leave me alone? Just leave me alone!"
Justin pushes Nathan to the floor and starts kicking his head in. Nathan is bleeding instantly. Justin says,
"How does it feel to be hurt? How does it feel?"
"I want to stop watching, but I can't. My eyes are glued to the screen." Nathan is just laying there laughing more and more each time he gets kicked. The battle cuts to black. It stays this way for 30 seconds. Until 3 minutes and 34 seconds. It cuts to the ending of the battle. But the who won part is just a copy paste of the ending of Nathan vs. Justin part 1. And the Wooden Hornets verse was cut out. The video then ended. I tilted my head and thought, I don't understand. Out of the last of my curiosity, I checked the ERBParodies 2 channel for a behind the scenes, and to my surprise, there was a behind the scenes of Justin Buckner versus Nathan Provost 2. I then clicked the video, noticing it was only 10 seconds. The video starts and all that shows up is plain text that said, "Everything you know is a lie." Out of not knowing what to think, I unsubscribed from ERBParodies, and I never looked back.